Hi guys, I'm Shmi, and today you join me at the Goodwood Motor Circuit where I am with BenzeneBen.
Greetings!
And today is Goodwood Revival. Now Goodwood Revival, you probably know the Festival of Speed. This is held at Goodwood's Motor Circuit track and it celebrates the golden era of motorsport from the 1950s and 1960s. So everybody dresses up, as you can probably see behind me, in period clothing. There are also some incredibly valuable cars here that we're going to go and see. They race even on days like today when it's raining in the most spectacularly expensive things. And there are some other fun things set up as well. So we're going to go and check out basically what is going on at Revival. I've been once before, but not for a while. You've been before?
Yeah, I've been a few times.
Okay, and well, it's pretty crazy. So let's have a wander around. We'll show you the best bits of Revival. Our first vehicle of the day. Hey! El Morris. Even the support crews and trucks out on track are period as well. Everything is, it's like you've transformed back to the 50s and 60s. Just look at the clothes everybody's wearing, although actually everybody's in coats because it's wet. Gasoline alley, a little bit of America over there with the diner and noise. I am surrounded here by an awful lot of Fiat 500s and Abarths and all the different varieties. And as Ben was just saying, this is almost the world's largest selection of the smallest cars. They are tiny.
Isn't it? I love the little tyres as well. They must have no grip at all. It's just like driving a shopping trolley.
But and these were all built at the Lingotto factory, so we went there on Fuel Faction.
We drove on the roof.
Top. Yeah, we drove on the top, and once upon a time when I was there, I saw hundreds of them driving around, just driving around in circles. That was really, really cool. But these guys did a parade lap out on circuit earlier, and you can hear there's some action on the track at the moment. But we'll continue our wander around, just seeing what's about.
Oh, what's this over here?
What is this over here? What is this?
I think this is worth taking a look at.
I feel so too. Outside VIP badge holders, I'm getting the distinct VIP vibe.
Yeah. Does this belong to the Lord?
Original 250 GTO.
I think this might be the Lord.
Wow. Sitting out in the wet. What must be? Name your price. 40 million?
It's incredible to just even look at and just try and take that in, isn't it?
It almost looks still beaten from racing days gone by.
Little chips here and there. Don't want to touch it.
No,
don't want to breathe on it.
This is almost the pinnacle of collectible cars. Wow. And it has a... I can't hear over the cars. It has a plaque inside, I guess, with its racing history and the like on.
Those seats speak to you. I feel like if you had this sort of car, you'd probably go for blue seats.
Yeah. Wow. Now, you can't hear me, but I think we've probably found the pinnacle of today. 250 GTO. What a special car. Should we wrap it up there, or should we go find out what's going on that way? Yeah. We're going to have a look. You know what we were saying about special Ferraris?
There's a few just here. Just a few.
Just a couple. Let's just take this in for a moment. What is lined up behind us? 64 250 GTO, two 250 LMs, 330 GTO, 250 GTS WBs galore. Actually, a massive lineup of them. Let's walk down. Pick colours, you know, shopping, window shopping.
Blue,
silver, light blue, or traditional Rosso Corsa, or Grigio, or whatever it is exactly.
We're a little bit familiar with.
That's very nice.
That's right up your street.
Dark blue.
Black interior, blue belts.
250 SWBs, the traditional racing stripe colour with the silver and yellow. This is incredible. I didn't count exactly, but 250 GTOs that are worth, I mean, vast.
Put through your head wearing a race suit and helmet and climbing into a car like that.
On a wet day on Goodwood, and Goodwood is fairly famous for being quite a dangerous circuit, and I think
no runoff. Just grass.
Grass, and grass obviously on a wet
One
day
way ticket to the barrier.
accelerates you in towards the tyre walls or the barriers. And a lot of owners of these cars would not take them out under normal circumstances. From Revival is Revival. That's a Project 212. It's quite similar to a GT Scata. The pure noise that you just don't get anymore. These things are so beautiful and so noisy in a way. Okay, so back to what I was saying. 250 SWD. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them. 5 million each or more, and then the 250, the LMs, they must be 20, 30 million, and the GTOs must be even more.
And that's one stable out of like this
All the
place.
paddocks.
Who knows what else is here?
Well, you've got over here, I think, 40s and 50s, older cars, some Formula 1 cars of the day. You've got random things as well. Just surrounded by noise, proper car noise. It's hard to explain this, because I know a lot of you guys are more into the modern stuff, and I normally am as well. But coming to an experience like this, seeing these kind of cars up close, is just for DB4 GTs, Aston Martins. Those are so pretty. Then you move on towards the Jags, the E-Types. Icons, guys, icons. These cars are the reason we have the cars. Well, literally, you know, if we didn't have this, you wouldn't have an F-Type. If you didn't have the DB4s, you wouldn't have DB11s. If you didn't have the old Ferraris, you wouldn't have the LaFerrari. And
These are the grandfathers.
these are the grandfathers. This is where it all began. Love the outfits, guys. Love it. Very cool. And I mean, over here, come on. Old Lotus. I don't know where to point the camera. Imagine driving in something like this.
Scary.
Scary is understatement of the century. Like, it's not much between you and certain death.
I didn't think I'd fit in there. Look how narrow it is. Like,
Just maybe. Wow. I mean, okay, let's take a guess. Okay, I want to go over here. What do you think value-wise we're surrounded by right now?
oh my god.
Is it $1 billion?
I was gonna say it's got to be getting close to like.
Well, the Ferraris, the Astons in that lineup, you've got 100, 200 million there.
Yeah.
Then these race cars are all...
I mean, it's hard to tell because some of these might have like won a championship,
Yeah,
in which
or-
case the value is just through the roof.
And this is literally a small fraction of it. I think it would not be a long shot to say that there are £1 billion of cars.
Probably, yeah.
£1 billion of cars at Goodwood this weekend. Take that in. That makes modern cars look silly cheap. But no, I wanted to come over because GT40 and obviously the whole Ford GT story, and that's just cool. And when I was here last time, there were lineups and lineups of those.
I love the way you can
That's
see the engines poking out behind those seats.
Yes, that's really cool. Look through the back of the window, you can see the tops of the cylinders in the engine. Amazing. Nice Cobra, red and gold, always a winning colour combination. The sound of engines everywhere, lightweight, low drag, Jag E-Type. Those are pretty special. Well, everything's pretty special. There's literally nothing here that isn't. And you can hear me over the noise of it all. Cobras over that side. Squeezing through. This is pure automotive heaven, quite literally. And I don't think I can ever properly explain this. Sunbeam, you like those?
It's my old man's car, that one there at the end.
At the end.
Yeah, so he's going to be racing in
It's the
that
Tiger.
on Sunday. Raced the Le Mans back in the day, so a bit of history behind it. I've never driven that car, I don't think I want to. It's like playing Frisbee with a Picasso.
Yeah, okay. Avoid. Here in the wet especially.
Yeah.
And then that's
McLaren.
quite crazy. M1Bs. M1As. With the old McLaren logo, the old Kiwi. Bruce McLaren being from from New Zealand, and you probably know, unfortunately, he lost his life here on the Goodwood Motor Circuit. It's claimed many victims. This was one of them. And then we've got more GT40s. Right, let's squeeze straight through here. The GT40s. Whole lineup of them. The first generation, the car that went to Le Mans in 1966. Was victorious back then, but all sorts of different combinations. It's just, oh, super awesome. Seeking inspiration here for the colour scheme for my car. It's quite nice, dark blue with white parts on it, but amazing, amazing, amazing. Grumbly, grumbly. Now over towards the other side we have even more, including an activity I'm about to undertake. So here we have a Porsche Classic. We restore all the Porsches, including this 356, which started almost like that barn find over the other side. And I think I'm going to have a go at beating panels. So this is how they restore cars for the museum, for customers, and make them perfect again. So I've not done this before, but let's head in and have a look around here. Line it up. Okay. Well, that was the noise of an engine starting up. I've just been beating, panel beating, which was not useful. But now we're going to check out this. So let's rev an engine. That sounds pretty neat. I've just been inside to see a little bit about how they make parts and what they have to keep stocks of. It is incredible what is required to keep old cars running, to bring them back to life. Ben's with me right now.
Yeah, he was saying that the hardest part to get hold of was an airbag sensor.
Which took 7 years.
Yeah.
7 years to find an airbag sensor. Crazy, complicated, 52,000 part numbers they have to maintain. Anyway, we have been provided Porsche Classic energy drinks, so we will continue on our way and go exploring. The next stop on our tour is the Earl's Court Motor Show, tribute to the old London Earl's Court Motor Show, where this time at Revival it's just started raining really quite badly. It's the first time Revival has ever hosted the launch of a new car, the new TVR Griffith, which I've announced I've ordered. You have? Yeah. Cool. And we're going to go have a quick look at it. Let's get inside.
Yeah, good idea. So we've got the new TVR over there, but just here on the left is the first one ever built. Built by Mr. Trevor, I think his name was, and he used to tinker around with old fairground rides and then thought, you know what, I'm going to make a car.
About 70 years ago, it's the 70th anniversary this year, bringing that you can't see right at this moment, but there's plenty more videos with it on my channel to life. And then we got the Grand Jura and the line carries on, but let's actually squeeze through here just for a moment if we can get to the front to show you the new Griffith. We lean over there. Everything you want in a proper driver's car. Let's come around this way. It's got a 5-litre naturally aspirated V8, 500 horsepower, manual gearbox, rear-wheel drive, very little driver aids. Sounds like fun.
It sounds like a lot of fun, yeah, a proper experience. So it's a really nice looking, well put together car, especially for, you know, a new company's first effort.
Yeah. They've been working for 4 years on it with Gordon Murray Design and also with Cosworth for the engine. And this, my approval, proper driver's car, as it disappears behind the curtains. We'll see it again soon. For the minute, let's wander on round and have a look at some of the other cars in here. We can squeeze through the crowd. Oh, everybody's moving at the same time.
It's probably worth looking at this, the original.
Yeah, B-line. Well, not the original. This was second generation Griffith. Okay. You had a 60s Griffith. This is the 1992, 4.3, but you can see the similarities quite significantly, especially red and cream on this car as well.
Sure.
But that long front end, rear-wheel drive, manual, convertible of this, the launch edition of the new car, coupe only, but maybe a convertible comes in the future.
I would think so.
And the line carries on. Tasman, everything. There's some Maseratis over there as well.
Just give it a steak.
What would a visit be without a stop by Aston Martin, where there are some lovely cars, including the DB4 of of which there are 5 in the world, and 1 just sold in the US for £17.5 million. So this one, which is the last one and the only customer one, is worth an awful lot of money. Then on this side we have Andy Palmer's own V8 Vantage. Andy Palmer, who did the final sign-off on my GT8, so it's his own Vantage from the 80s. The Vantage AMR and a DB11 at the end, but this colour is gorgeous. It's really, really nice. This deep metallic, pearlescent dark green.
Have a little look at the badge there.
With the Union flag.
British pride.
Yes, they did this to celebrate the wins in the GTE,
Very
the
cool.
World Endurance Championship. So you can have a certain number of limited edition badges for each country that the races took place.
Oh, brilliant.
In 2016, the Vantage GTE car, the GT8, was championship leader, was victorious. The last little area of TVRs, and these two are particularly special. The Sagaris over there, I think, is what most people actually consider the previous TVR, the aggression and craziness.
When you think of TVR, that's probably the car that comes to mind.
With the front louvres that are quite simply ridiculous.
The rear exhaust, if you move around and get a shot of those are just bonkers.
Everything about it is...
a rear wing that doesn't block your rear view.
I hadn't really thought about that, yeah. Mind blown. Clear rear wing. This, however, TVR Typhon, of which there are only 3, was originally conceived to be a 200-mile-an-hour race car, and then they built 3 at various different stages before the company ceased to function back then.
Very sad times.
But that's one of 3 in the world, so...
I do love, from this era of TVRs, the different names that they have. They're all mythological beasts and weapons and that sort of thing. Typhon was a giant covered in snake heads, and they've got a whole bunch of different lights going up the side. I think that fits it very well. Sagaris is a battle axe, and it's a lightweight race car. You know, it fits that Moncur, so...
Knowledge test then. Samora and Cerberus?
Cerberus is the 3-headed dog that guards the gates of Hades. I studied A-level classics, by the way.
I was going to say, that's some knowledge right there.
I can't help you on the other one now, I'm afraid.
Now for the next little part of today's adventure, we're going for a parade lap, and I'm going to be jumping into this car we saw earlier, the 250 GTO. It's the original running gear. Driving is Dario Franchitti, former IndyCar Championship winner, Indy 500 winner, multiple times of both. So this is quite an exciting way to finish the afternoon, and needless to say, I am really very, very excited. So this is probably the most valuable car I've ever been in. It's very wet here, but Dario is a very safe pair of hands at the wheels. So let's get ready to jump in to this 250 GTO. It's rebodied, so it's a new body, but it's all the original 250 GTO running gear. This is crazy special. Let us jump in here, step inside this very, very special car. How are you?
How are we doing? I'm just looking at the instructions.
Little last minute learning. Beam on my face right now, and you're the one driving the car.
This is a fun old thing to drive.
I can imagine.
There we go.
About 2 hard soles left. Okay. got the body cat 10 again now, so fingers crossed.
The roaring light is brilliant.
11 and 12. Oh, 11 and 2, sorry, on go.
Thank you so much. Very, very welcome. I made it in one piece too. top of the coolest things ever list. I think.
Now, just before we say farewell, I want to show you the list down here, the actual races and things that this car entered. Many victories on that little plaque in the centre. But this is raw. This is 60s raw, old school, and incredible. This has been a dream come true, and I want to say a big thanks also to Lord Marge for making that possible. 250 GTO, bucket list.
It's actually started to get dark now, but we've been back into the Earls Court Motor Show to oogle over the TVR a little bit more. Well, at least I have.
Yeah, throw around a few spec ideas, potentially.
Get thinking about it, but I can't get my head around what I have just done.
Yeah.
Passenger seat of a GTO at the Goodwood Motor Circuit with Dario Franchitti.
I'm pretty jealous. I'm pretty jealous.
I genuinely don't quite know how to take it in, the rawness of the experience, the specialness of the experience.
Yeah.
And now, by the way, we're walking through the Goodwood Tunnel, the exit, way out.
It's actually lighter in here than it is outside.
Absolutely. It's been a day that I didn't really know what was in store, but bashed some bits of classic Porsches.
Yeah.
Watched some cars blasting around the track. Been out in a car around the track, seen the TVR. That was a really quite good day.
Bought a car.
Bought a car. Maybe.
It wouldn't be a motor show if you didn't buy something, would it?
Tends to happen on these kind of days. But I'm going to leave it there. Goodwood Revival has been epic, so thank you very much for watching this video of our day today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I thoroughly recommend coming along if you want to see some of this stuff up close and personal yourself. Anyway, we will leave it there. We'll head back to our car, get on the way back home. And yeah, amazing day. See you again very soon. Cheers. Cheers.